Hello everyone, my name is Boko. Thank you for coming. This lesson is called Pronouns in All 7 Cases. Download the PDF for this lesson and many other lessons on my Ko-fi page. Consider becoming a member of my YouTube channel. Let's begin. Hajde da počnemo. Serbian personal pronouns, lične zamenice u srpskom jeziku. A personal pronoun can refer to the person or people speaking, first person, spoken to, second person, or spoken about, which is the third person. Today we are only talking about the personal pronouns, and I will be showing you these pronouns in all the 7 cases. So of course we start with nominative. I'm sure you already know these pronouns by now in nominative. Ja, ti, on, ona, ono, mi, vi, oni, right? And what I've been skipping until now is this: they, female only, one. They, neuter only, ona, which is, as you can see, the same as she. You know, I'm talking about neuter they, you know, the kids. Ona, it's the same as singular she. First, let me give you the example for female only, one. Take a look. My daughters are at home, they are sick. Moje ćerke su kod kuće, one su bolesne. Now take a look at the neuter only example. My children are at home, they are sick. Moja deca su kod kuće, ona su bolesna. Okay? For the third person, we have 3 different forms which are based on gender: masculine, feminine, and neuter. English distinguishes 3 genders for singular pronouns like he, she, it, but not for plural pronouns. In Serbian, however, the 3-way gender distinction is made for plural pronouns as well. So for they, we have oni, masculine, we have one, feminine, and we have ona for they, neuter. Just like I showed you before, right? I mean, just like I showed you a minute ago in this video. I haven't been showing you this before because I didn't want to confuse you in the previous videos. I didn't want to create confusion or to frustrate you. But yeah, if you're trying to learn Serbian in a more advanced way, or, you know, trying to be an advanced speaker, you would have to understand and use this. You already know that we also have different forms for you singular, ti, and you plural, vi. We also use the plural form to address someone formally, one person or multiple people formally, which is sometimes but not always capitalized, and it's vi, right? So if we're talking to more people, if we're talking to one person formally or more person formally, we address them as vi. You know I like being thorough, so even though it's very easy, I will start with nominative. So let's go over it quickly. I am hungry, ja sam gladan, or gladan sam. You are studying, ti učiš, or just učiš. He is good, dobro je. She is beautiful, lepa je. We are here, ovde smo. You are late, kasnite. They are sick, bolesni su. They are sick, bolesne su, feminine only. They are sick, bolesna su. They are sick, neuter only. For example, kids. That's it for nominative. Now we go to number 2. Genitive. Let's take a look at the forms. Me, mene, you, tebe, him, njega, her, nje, it, njega, the same as him, us, nas, you, vas, dem, njih. So what is interesting and what you shouldn't let confuse you is that except for nominative, just I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they in English, right? All the other cases in English would be translated like this: me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. Not counting the vocative, of course, but all the other ones, right? Like genitive, dative, accusative, instrumental, and locative will all be the same in English and translated the same in English. But we are trying to learn Serbian here, right? Not English. And just try to understand, right, how we say it in Serbian. And of course I will help you, or when, right, in which situations you would use exactly which case. And that's why I'm here, right? That's what I'm here for, to help you. I have also created that long video, all 7 cases explained, right? This is just an additional video to talk about the pronouns only, right? So these mene, tebe, njega, nje, njega, nas, vas, njih, these forms are the only genitive forms. You will see later, I will remind you again, dative and accusative have 2 forms actually. They have the long form and the short form. So what I'm saying is, some cases have 2 forms. It's the same case, it's the same meaning, the same, absolutely the same word, but we say it in a short, we have 2 forms for that word. For some cases, for some pronouns, right? Like volim te, volim tebe. That means absolutely the same thing, but that is accusative, and we haven't come there yet. We're not there yet. So I will, as we go along, I will tell you which cases have 2 forms, or which pronouns in which cases have 2 forms and which have only 1, right? So we are doing genitive now, and these are the only forms for genitive. We don't have any other forms for genitive. So when do we use genitive? It's a prepositional case. So after prepositions like near, far from, above, below, in front of, behind, around, next to, alongside, from, and to, which would be blizu, daleko, iznad, ispod, ispred, iza, oko, pored, takođe pored, alongside, and next to is basically pored, from, or from to, od do, or from as an origin is, like iz Srbije, iz Amerike, iz Rusije. Okay, so I'm tired of you, umoran sam od tebe. I am near him, ja sam blizu njega. She is standing above them, ona stoji iznad njih. The second use of the genitive case, possession. This show exists because of her. Ova predstava postoji zbog nje. I got the present from him. Dobio, dobila sam poklon od njega. And after some reflexive verbs, we would use genitive. I am ashamed of you, stidim se tebe. I keep away from them, čuvam se njih. She's afraid of me, ona se plaši mene. We move on to the third case, dative. You can immediately see that we have a short form and the long form for this case. So, me, meni, mi, you, tebi, ti, him, njemu, mu, her, njoj, joj, it, njemu, mu, us, nama, nam, you, plural, vama, vam, and them, njima, im. As I've mentioned before, there is a long form and a short form. They hold the same meaning, absolutely. They are interchangeable. Although you should be careful with the sentence construction and the word order, so I will show you. I would say that we normally use the short form, and everybody uses it in everyday speech, etc. The long one is just for emphasis. This is not only for dative case, but for all the cases. Give me the phone, daj mi telefon. So that would be a normal request. Now imagine kids playing in the park and they all want the ball. So they would all shout, give me the ball, give it to me. So daj meni loptu, daj meni. Like give it to me, like not him or her or them. So they would emphasize it with the long form of the pronoun. Like not daj mi, which would be just a normal way of saying it, but daj meni. So dative is used when a noun is an indirect object, as you're able to learn from the long video, right? The case video. I am giving him the book. Dajem mu knjigu or dajem knjigu njemu. So definitely pay attention to the word order. That is very important. Even though these two forms are the same, you cannot put them at the same position in the sentence. If you're using the short form, it has to go before the object. Dajem mu knjigu. And if you're using the long form, it seems like it's more lenient, but it's better to put it after. So just to differentiate the two, maybe you can learn for now that you have to use the short form before, like dajem mu knjigu, and the long form after, dajem knjigu njemu. I am sending a gift to her, šaljem joj poklon, or šaljem poklon njoj. I am paying homage to them, odajem počast njima, or odajem im počast. Regarding word order, you have to put the short form before the direct object. Dajem mu knjigu. You cannot say dajem knjigu mu. You can never say it. On the other hand, it is okay to say either dajem njemu knjigu or dajem knjigu njemu, but we like to put njemu at the end because of the emphasis. She likes you. Sviđaš joj se. I owe it to you. Dugujem ti to. I told them. Rekao sam im. Pay him. Plati mu. He promised me. Obećao mi je. I am taking money from you. Uzimam ti novac. You leave this to her. Ostavljaš joj ovo. So don't forget about that like construction. We use it with dative. It's a little weird. So sviđaš joj se. She likes you. Sviđaš joj se means you are liked by her or something. Something like that. Okay, we move on to the next use for dative. Dative is used after some prepositions. Toward, prema, ka. You have to use the long form in this case. She's running toward me. Trči prema meni. The wind is blowing towards me. Vetar duva ka meni, right? Or the wind is blowing towards him. Vetar duva ka njemu. I am going toward her. Idem prema njoj. He is similar to me. On je sličan meni. I will do it in spite of her. Uradit ću to uprkos njoj. According to you, I am a loser. Po vama sam gubitnik. We use dative with verbs like need and like. I need, treba mi. Meni treba. It's the same thing. I need a drink. Treba mi piće. Like, sviđa ti se. So it is reflexive. She likes chocolate. Sviđa joj se čokolada. We like the new car. sviđa nam se novi auto. Okay, we move on to accusative. So me, mene, me, you, tebe, te, him, njega, ga, her, nju, je, it, njega, ga, us, only nas, we don't have any other form, and for you plural only vas. Them, njih, or ich. So obviously there is a long form and a short form. They hold the same meaning. They are interchangeable. I would say that we normally use the short form. The long one is just for emphasis. Notice that we only have one form for us and you plural. When do we use accusative? I think we talked about it many times before. Transitive verbs are the ones that require an object. So whenever you have a transitive verb and a direct object in a sentence, accusative will be used. She's watching us. Ona nas gleda. I hate him. Mrzim ga. I love you. Volim te. Drive them to school. Odvezi ih u školu. We see you. Vidimo vas. Also, the second use of accusative is to indicate the destination when you are moving or action expressed by a verb. They put the chip in her. Stavili su čip u nju. Put the stuff in it, like maybe in a trunk or something. Stavi stvari u njega. That's it for accusative pronouns. Now we move on to vocative. Vocative is used when you call someone, talk to someone, or you address someone directly. Only in that case. Therefore, you can only have vocative for the second person, singular and plural. That's it. Hey you, hey ti. Hey you plural or formal. Hey vi. And that's it. Instrumental case. Mi, mnom. You, tobom. Him, njim. Her, njom. It, njim. Again, the same as him. Us, nama. You, vama. Them, njima. So these are the instrumental forms. Obviously, we don't have short forms for them, so that's it, just the ones I read. So the instrumental case is used to show an instrument or means with which an action denoted by the verb is performed. That was just a reminder. We don't have any example for that use. We can't use it with adjectives. Okay, I'm talking about the instrument with which you do something, or with the help of which you're performing an activity. Anyway, we need instrumental for this. For example, the instrumental case is used as an object for some prepositions. So with sa or s, with him, sa njim or s njim, with me, sa mnom. So she had a fight with him. Posvađala se sa njim. He does not agree with me. Ne slaže se sa mnom. I travel with them. Putujem sa njima. We are talking to you. Pričamo sa vama. He is amazed by us. Zadivljen je nama. She had a fight with you. Posvađala se sa tobom. Another preposition that requires the instrumental case is the preposition za. Behind, at, after, during. We can use this preposition with other cases as well, of course, and it has different meanings. So in instrumental case, she cries for you. Ona plače za tobom. The dog runs after them. Pas trči za njima. I grieve for her. Tugujem za njom. We also use the instrumental case with the prepositions among, među, above, nad, under, pod, in front of, pred. So we translated these prepositions the same as above, iznad, under, ispod, and in front of, ispred. We translate them the same in English, but in Serbian they are not completely the same. Sometimes they overlap in meaning. Sometimes they can be interchangeable, but not always. As you can see in the following examples, I am in front of you, ja sam pred tobom. Or you can say, ja sam ispred tebe. Sometimes these two sentences don't mean the same thing, but it's a very subtle difference, and I really wouldn't get into it right now because they do approximately mean the same thing, and I think there's no way at this point to really explain the difference between these two sentences, so I will just move on. I have an advantage over him. Imam prednost nad njim. Okay, here you can see that for this construction and for the word advantage, you cannot say above him. You have to say nad njim, which means over him. So it's obviously different. They're not synonyms in this case. I sometimes mingle among them. Ponekad se mešam među njima. So yeah, these are good examples to actually show that iznad, nad, ispod, pod, and ispred, pred are actually not complete synonyms after all. So in different situations, we would use different forms of these words. The last case is locative. Mi, meni, you, tebi, him, njemu, her, njoj, it, njemu, us, nama, you, vama, them, njima. Locative endings are identical to dative, but we use these cases in different situations. Also, there are no short forms in locative case. That is very important. If you are not sure how to use locative, I definitely suggest studying the all 7 cases explained video. So when do we use locative? This case shows the location or position of an object that is not moving. There is still some anger in him. Još uvek postoji neka ljutnja u njemu. It's hard to find an example with pronouns, so this is the only sentence I've come up with. Also, we use locative when we talk about someone or something. So about o. You're talking about her, aren't you? Pričaš o njoj, zar ne? This is not about us. Ne radi se o nama. We know everything about them. Znamo sve o njima. Also, we use locative with some other prepositions like toward, prema, at, over, by, pri, on, all over, around, po, according to, po. Go toward him, idi prema njemu. There's lipstick all over you. Carmin je svuda po tebi. According to her, you are a loser. Po njoj si gubitnik. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you wish to have a live one-on-one lesson, you can find me on Italki. If you use the link in the video description to sign up, and when you spend $20 in Italki credits, you will receive an additional $10. Also, improve your Serbian on the language learning app UTalk. If you use the link in the video description, you will get a 30% discount. Download free PDFs on my Ko-fi page, check out my socials, and become a member of my channel. Hvala, vidimo se, ciao!